Now let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great-grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Cause baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is when we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take or exactly what it'll look like when you get there. The only thing you know is you can never stop. So, question time. What's your dreams? What's your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? No. See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning. Now give me my darn theme.
Boom! What's going on, man? What is going on this? What is going on? Coach Dre, what's the word, man?
Man, what's going on? What's going on, man? Just getting a break over there messing with Dino and the boys right quick. We down here in the villages right now, 707 high school. Our high school association throw a 707 every year, so we down here for today. We'll come back home. UF having their annual Friday night lights, which they done turned into a 707 event tonight. So we'll pop out there tonight about 6, and then we'll be back down here again tomorrow to finish off this tournament tomorrow morning. But just working, man. Always trying to keep these kids doing something positive and keeping them off them streets. The summer out, a lot of stuff for kids to get in trouble. So we try to keep our kids together and with us most of the time as much as possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So as we all know, Juju's in town. It's going to be a big-time weekend for the Colorado Buffs. Coach Dre, let me know how you feel. Some of the stuff that you do know. We're not going to get into all that. But how do you feel about this weekend for CU and the Colorado Buffs in this recruiting weekend?
I mean, it's just a big weekend. It's the last big weekend for most, not just CU, for every college, because they're finna go into a dead period. But it's a big weekend. You got, the best, the guy you want the most in town. His last visit, his last OV. You get your last shot to impress him and let him know how bad you want him. The fan base has been going crazy with the "We Want Juju" slogan. And, he just got through coming off Elite 11. So, I feel good about the possibilities of landing Juju. It's 50-50. Like I said, I don't put no pressure on no kids because they still high school kids. That's a lot of pressure. So, I'm just rooting for them. And I'm more rooting for Coach Prime in Colorado to land a kid like that, because if you get it, people think the kid's a generational talent. And from what I've seen, and when I turn on his huddle tape, he looks explosive. Hopefully, on my off week this year down here, I'm gonna try to slide up there and check him out with my dog Sco. See if we can go up there and check him out, live and in person. But it's a big week, no doubt about it. But I just don't want people to put so much pressure on him. Just let him enjoy the visit. Let's show him that we really want him. But, he's, like I say, let's remember that he's still a kid. You know what I'm saying? Still a kid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, welcome in to RobDaManMedia. Baby, I know we just dropped this off. We started off, got right into it. But, man, let's take a step back right quick. Appreciate everybody that's always been tuning in us, that's rocking with us. I know we've been out of action, but, we getting back in action. For you guys to know, this is our first week being back, normal time. So, hey, we back. We're getting ready for, the fall camp. We took a nice little break from everything, but we back. So with that being said, I forgot to talk about earlier this week. The preseason all Big 12 list came out. Travis and LeJontay on first team. Second team, Shador, BJ Green, and Shallow. Third team, Daylon Hayes and Mark Brissett. And fourth team, Jordan Seaton and Trevor Woods. Forgot to mention about that. So I had to make sure I come back and, give them, they flowers they just do for what they've done and the work they put in this offseason. But all that being said, I'm gonna let Coach Dre. I'm gonna let you address this because I woke up and I was gonna address it, but I'm gonna let you handle it. There's fake rumors and narratives about Coach Riz not being on CU. I'm gonna let you address it.
Like I say, man, y'all know what kind of hate and spite going on out there, and I'm gonna try not to be. But y'all keep bro name out your mouth. If you don't know him, if you don't have a reliable source, if you just like the man just moved, like this the thing, the man just moved it. Like you think the man moved his son to Colorado just to move his son to Colorado? Like, come on, man, y'all we got to stop with this. And then this the thing, like we said, we was talking over there, is man, we just got to stop pushing these kind of narratives. Hey, just let that stuff die down. I was happy that people didn't run with it on Twitter. I didn't see it a whole bunch a lot. And then big shout out to my man Colin for coming on last night and just straight dropping the bomb. Hey, I done talked to Riz personally. I've talked to Riz. He's not, he's in just fake. The first thing Coach Riz told him was fake news. You know what I'm saying? So big shout outs to Life in Football, Colin, for him already talking to bro. Just keep bro name out your mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nothing positive, like we ain't going out talking about your team or trying to make up no narrative about what's going on with nobody else. Y'all stop and this is why I push so hard for Coach Prime in Colorado, because you don't see this kind of it's it's okay to be negative, but this is turning into pure fledged hate. No, it ain't. You can't even sculpt it no other way. Because to come out here and try to put something out about this man's employment and he's not there, and come on, man, y'all just trying to stir up some mess. But again, we gonna always tell you, man, we ain't gonna be a stressing, we gonna be a blessing. So we not finna even delve, we not even finna delve into all of that. It's fake, guys. He's there. He's up there right now with the recruits, and all that good stuff, doing what he do. Again, I don't think people. I think people think Coach Riz a peon or not a major factor. But down here in the South, I know I always say Florida, but just in the Southeast United States, when Coach Riz call, you pick the phone up. If Coach Riz probably could show y'all his DMs and his phone log, you'll be like, dang, that so just don't disrespect the man and what he's doing for the University of Colorado. And if you ain't got nothing nice to say, just don't say it at all. You ain't got to say nothing. And if you ain't got no reliable source, and that's the thing, man. Even me and bro, we talk, we know people, and we just don't even stop. Hey, until they come out and they say something, we ain't gonna even talk about it no more. So just let's live by that. We're gonna talk about it once they come out. So
that's the thing, Dre. That's what the whole part about this was. If something truly like that big happened, you don't think we would have came live and talked about that? You don't think we really would have just held that in? Come on now. But there's a lot of things, man. Like we said, like Coach Dre did say, there's a lot of things we do know behind the scenes and stuff that we just ain't coming out talking about. We just letting stuff come out publicly before we talk about it. But the narratives and the fake lies, man, like it's not even like other schools and programs are doing that. It's certain content creators that's creating this stuff.
There you go. And that's the part that bothers me. Is you, like, if I say I'm your brother, I'm ride or die for you. I ain't finna put nothing out. If somebody come to me about something about Rob, I'm not coming on no podcast or put it out there. I'm calling Rob. Personally, me and him gonna talk. Not me and the world gonna talk. And this is another narrative I want to put out, because I saw this when we was over there on Dino earlier. Me and Rob both were in the chat. I jumped up there and hollered at my boys. Bro, we have no beef with no content creators. We don't dislike no content creators. Dino, especially the Dino show, them are our guys. Most of them guys been over here with us. You see Dev, he jumped off the other day when we went Wednesday to come over here to show us some love. You heard the man say, man, y'all pulling me in two ways. You get what I'm saying? Man, listen, we have no problem with no content. We who we are. We Coach Dre, we robbed the man, bro. We don't have no problem with nobody. We all brothers. We mess with them boys over there. And I'm talking about on a personal level that y'all don't even know about. So don't try to put a narrative out there that we dislike anybody, because we don't. You know what I'm saying? Me and bro got love for everybody. And I always tell people I'm just here with my brother. I'm here to support my brother, because at the end of the day, if we didn't do Rob the Man no more, I'ma still be Coach Dre. That's why I show my face. That's why I always, all this, because I'm gonna still be Coach Dre. I ain't trying to hide who I am. I'm gonna be that guy. So, man, go ahead, bro.
You know what's crazy about this whole scenario is that we don't never say nothing about other content creators on this platform. We don't. We ain't sneak this to nobody. We don't say nothing. It's always on somebody else's platform where this stuff stirs up. Instead of understanding, a lot of these content creators do contact us. They do reach out to us. So the fact that y'all would think that there's something going on, a lot of these content creators ain't who y'all really think they are. And I'm just being honest. I didn't talk to a lot of these content creators for CU, if not all of them. Now, there's a couple few I haven't. But for the most part, I pretty much know who these people are, or I had a conversation with them. So don't think there's nothing. I got too much stuff. Coach Dre got too much stuff going on in our personal life for us to be worried about some YouTube beef. I'm just going to be honest. But, hey, we going to get back to the show, man. This is Hot Topic Friday. So, hey, drop something in the chat right now. Y'all want us to talk about, y'all want us to discuss, y'all want us to go over. Enough of that. We just wanted to address, all this narratives and fake lies, get that out the way for y'all. But now that we back into the show, man, y'all drop any topics y'all want us to talk about. This show is about y'all, not about us. We just here just to inform y'all and give y'all great dialogue, right? That's what RobDaManMedia has always been. That's what it's always going to continue to be, is give you great dialogue for something for you to come back and rewatch and listen to over and over again. So, hey, we extend the olive branch to any and everybody. For those who don't know, right? We don't go out and do all this, and the third, and go and talk behind somebody back, because we can say it right to their face. So I just want that to be known publicly. We've extended the olive branch to a multitude of content creators, whether they accepted it or not. That's upon them. So if you see another content creator on my platform, it's because we extended the olive branch to everybody, and we didn't just particularly put it on one person. So I just want to get that. And Coach Dre, if you want to comment on that, you can. If you don't, we moving forward.
I mean, like I say, man, it's just, man, at the end of the day, I'm just showing positive to all these guys, and love and respect. Like I told you, man, I ain't a content creator. I'm just a guy that's helping my brother. This, if you don't know, this started as a little group on Coach on you got to give Colin his flowers. It started on Colin's show. Just a group of us, about 30 of us, just watching him constantly in a chat, becoming a family. Rob branched off. He started this type of panel type of show. And I just, as a family member, as a real, I think we get caught up in, y'all call each other family, but this is what family do. As a family member, bro branched off to do his own thing with Collins, talking to Colin. It ain't like he just said, oh, man, I'm going to do my own thing. No, he talked with Colin. He came over there, and I just came and helped my brother. So that's all it is of everybody. I think people get being great, think it's about you, but being great is about serving someone else. I think y'all done heard me say this more than once. Everybody want to be a chief. Nobody wants to be an Indian. But to be a good chief, you had to be a great Indian. And most people are half behind Indians. So like Rob say, man, we got respect for every content creator, because it's not easy to have to get out here and do this all the time. Like I say, big shout out to them boys, Dino, to my brother Scope Buff, Mad Titans, Big LTs, C Buff Dynasty, Flop, Dev, all them guys out there, Law, all them guys that's out there doing that, you know what I'm saying, that's out here. But for us,
Don't
we
forget
gonna
Big
always
Watts.
be and big and great big ups. That's another thing, guys. We just want to help he hit Rob up. That's how that Sunday show happened. Just hit Rob up. Hey, y'all guys will come on here. We did it 1 week. We did it a second week, and then B was like, man, can we continue to do this?
Yeah.
When things happen organically and not being, I ain't trying to, like I said, I ain't trying to be famous. I'm good with how I am today. Cause I'm gonna still be the same. I'm gonna be the same guy I was when this thing started. So, like you say, man, we want everybody, and I want to be positive. It's enough negative in the world. It's enough negative being pushed. That's all you see. That's all you see when you turn on your TV or when you open up Twitter and this, that, and the other. I promise y'all, a year and a half ago, just go back on your timeline, back 2020, 2019, any of that, 2021. You won't see no Coach Dre or no Andre Bradford because I wasn't on none of that. No YouTube, no Facebook, no Instagram, no nothing. Only reason I got on here was to monitor my kids because some of my kids had started doing stupid stuff, and I just needed to get on there to monitor my kids, and that's how this happened. Nothing more, nothing less.
I don't want to forget about the Chicos, the John the Liquidators out there.
Oh yeah, but
the whole team calling.
All them guys, man. And
David
don't
talk
like
buzz.
people like John the Liquidator, Colin, and all that guys. We know them personally. We can talk to them. We can get off of this live and talk and go call those guys up personally. Like we talk to them guys. You get a Sco Buff, I can call my brother anytime. Mad Tag, I can call them guys. You know what I'm saying? Juju Sports, I can call them guys and talk to them guys. So we ain't trying to do this for no hype and no fame, because we don't even have to say nothing. I can get off of this live and call them guys. So you know what I'm saying? And then we got to stop with this. One day we want to be positive, see you, and one day we want to be negative. At the end of the day, we just going to push the narrative that's being pushed is that this a great football coach, great young men, and they doing positive things. You understand what I'm saying? A lie has wings and no feet. Because when it gets where it's going, it just want to fly all around town. But the truth has feet and no wings, and it walks slow. But when it get there, the truth can stand by itself. And that's just what we doing. Like you told you, everybody know we SOB. You see our merch, we SOB. But this year, we going to be SOP as well, because if you can't stand on no purpose, you ain't got no business. If you can't stand on no purpose, you ain't got no business. So, you know, that's how we going to leave that. And like I say, man, we got respect for everybody. We don't, like I say, bro hit it on the head. We got real life situations going on, and especially bro. And so you have to, you know what I'm saying, you have to balance this thing. And so, you know, we back trying to, you know, push our brand, push bro brand, and that's what we gonna do, man. That's what we gonna do.
Shout out to all the content creators, man. There ain't no beef around there. So to move this thing on forward, any news on Juju being up there and what are they saying? So Juju is already in Boulder, Colorado. He got there last night at the Elite 11 event. You know, so today is technically his first day of his OV. He ain't alone. There are multiple people up there. There are multiple players. There are some players that you don't know that's up there on a visit. One thing I can tell you for sure, there's gonna be some pictures that's gonna come out this weekend. So just stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot of hatred. There's gonna be a lot of love from both sides of the party, man. Y'all just be tuned in. I probably tell you that somebody that's on their visits is probably gonna go live on Instagram, whether it be Juju or another one of these recruits. Somebody gonna go live, and you're gonna see a lot of people that's up there that you didn't think that was up there. But Juju is already in Boulder, Colorado. What recruits are in town? I'm gonna drop a list later. I kind of know who's up there, but I want to, get word that I can release names and things like that. Because a lot of information is not privy to the public, and a lot of times you don't be wanting stuff released like that. So, if I get the okay, I'm gonna release the list. If I don't, you guys gonna see it regardless of the fact of who's up there, who's not. Just due to the fact of these recruits are going to take pictures, they're going to drop information out. So I just want you to understand that. how many people are on the travel team? What up, Rob? What up, Coach Dre? When you talk about travel team, what
I think he talking about how many kids. I think he want to know how many kids can travel. Like when they, I think he asking like when they get ready to go on trips, how many kids do they take? You know what I'm saying? Because at home games, you can he really. That's a good question. So home games, you can dress a little more kids than you can on away games. If I'm not mistaken, I have to go check, but I think it's like 60.
it should be 65, if I'm not
I think
mistaken.
it's 65 on your travel team.
Yeah.
65 kids on your travel team. Uh, if you want to go back to really hear what Coach Prime said, go back to last year's well off when they were getting ready to go to TCU. And I don't think the governor was going at first. He wasn't going. He wasn't going to be on the travel team. And he goes back and tells the boys that he gonna take the governor on the whatever man roster. But like I said, I think Rob hit it on the head. It's 65 that you can dress on away games, and I think it's more like 80 or something when you're home. So you will see kids dressed at home, and they might not be on the travel team. You know, everybody might not. Everybody doesn't travel. And you can have on your roster, you can have a total of 125 kids on your team. 85
85
scholarship.
scholars.
85 scholarship players, and the rest will be preferred walk-ons and just regular walk-ons.
Who is the other D-line coach with SAP, and what is his title?
That's a shaky. All we gonna tell you is his name is Darian Lewis, and we don't know his title, so we're not gonna get into that. Because that's CU business. We don't know. All we know is that right now, Coach Sapp and Coach Darian Lewis are coaching the defensive line. I know Coach Sal had a procedure and he was a little ill, so we don't really know what's the title or whatever. But right now, we just know that Coach Lewis is on the coaching staff. He's coaching defensive line, and that Coach Sapp is there coaching defensive line as well.
All right. How do you like the CU trenches?
I mean, you can tell that iron is sharper than iron. It's way different. All you got to do again. I just tell you, all you can do is go off of what they show you. So go back to last year's O-line one-on-ones against the defensive line, and watch this year's one-on-one defensive line O-line. And if you don't see the difference, I don't know what to tell you. And coach ain't telling you something that he ain't already did. Because I want to give them boys from last year a benefit of the doubt. But when you go watch, there was nothing like what you see Khalil Benson and the kid from Pitt getting into. You don't see nobody standing out, like he's the alpha dog. We have a couple of those on offense and defense right now who believe they are really that guy. I'm impressed. I'm always impressed with Tyler Brown. So you get what I'm saying? I'm always tell you, I think he's the glue to that offensive line. He would make that offensive line go. Khalil Benson took a lot of stuff personal. I think he heard people talking about, he might not be a starter. He might not be as good as he should be. He looks great. He's looking great. He's moving from left to right. So he's letting you know that he's versatile, and that's great for a tackle to be able to say, Coach, I can play right or left tackle. For people that don't know, left tackles usually make a little more money because they're the quarterback blind side in the NFL when the dollars get shelled out. Left tackle is a high paid position. On the defensive line, I love BJ Green's intensity. He about business. He ain't doing a lot of smiling. Bucky done called him a couple times smiling and giggling, but he about business. I see him going inside and outside. I like what Shadozi's giving, and he's going against the best. Every time I see Shadozi, 9 times out of 10, he going against Tyler Brown, and he's going against Mayers. He always want to go against the best, and that's how you get better. You don't get better going against I don't want to call those guys lesser, but the guys that I want to go against the starters, because once we get in pass, coach goes ones versus twos. He doesn't go ones versus ones. So right now is the best time for them to get that work is right now against the ones. And every time I seen him, he looked good. I like Anquan Bond. Like I said, I like our trenches 100% better than what I liked last year because of the intensity, because of the way they working. So yeah, I feel we're gonna be very better in that
I'll
in the
say this.
trench area.
One thing I love about the trenches so far is just the competitiveness. Them going out and competing on a day-to-day to get better. You don't see people, hiding from reps. You see people wanting to compete, wanting to fight right now, and holding accountability. A lot of stuff that you didn't see last year of who was going to hold somebody accountable, who was going to be say, hey, man, it's not good enough on the defensive line or offensive line outside of a coach, right? You seeing players speak up. You seeing the personalities out of these players. And so those are the things that you love to see when you watching the trenches is who's going to be the vocal piece of each one of these lines. Who's going to set the standard? Who's going to be the person that when things fall apart, they can piece things back together? So when you look at these trenches, you got to love what you see so far. Now, there's still a long ways to go. There's still about 4.5 weeks left of, summer workouts before they start to fall because they're going to be off for, some days
So
during 4th of
you
July.
said 4.5 weeks. I think we only got 2.5 left because I think I heard Coach Mo say they going to have a 2-week break.
Yeah, so the 4th of July week for sure. I think it's about like a week and a half, if I'm not mistaken. But you could be right.
So yeah, I think we got 2 more weeks and a half of work, and then the other 2 weeks, it probably be split up, but I just think the other 2 weeks will be kind of off. Will probably be off so they can get their bodies right. And just let them get rest. But most of them kids ain't going home. They there. So they'll still be in Boulder. They'll still have access to the facilities. And stuff like that.
We're 5 weeks away from like official practice can start. So they normally take like a week and a half off and then ramp things back up going into it. So, but it could be the full 2 weeks. I just know they leave for like the 4th of July week or let them go take their break during the 4th of July week. So you could be right on that part.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people do. Even we gonna do that. Like we got all of next week, and then we'll give our kids that week off of 4th of July just because parents want to go do stuff with their kids, and you want kids to be able to go with their families and stuff like that, and not have to feel like, oh, I'm missing this and missing that. So, but you got to, like you said, you got to be happy with what you see, the personality, and then you seeing that this team is being led by these players. You see Benson holding people accountable. You see Bentley holding people accountable. You see Cam holding people accountable. Shador is always holding people accountable. So you got to feel good about when you got a player-led team, and it's not always the coaches that's the ones that's got to get you going and get the guys going. When the players are getting each other going, that's a sign of a good football team. Anywhere you shaking any coach you ask.
Now I like this statement, Chris E. I want to see Juju going to wear the new uniforms with the Big 12 logo. On a percentage, and this is for the chat right now, on a percentage from 1 to 100, how many people think that Juju's going to wear the new uniform? I don't think it's just going to be Juju wearing a new uniform. I think there's going to be multiple people wearing a new uniform. But that's just me, right? What other way to set a new trend, introducing the new jerseys out there to the national world by using a recruit to do it? Because just think about it. A lot of teams drop new uniforms, and they always make it about featured players. This will be the first time that a national recruit, big-time recruit, will do a jersey release. How you feel about that, Coach Dre? The first time, right? Because Prime wants to be first.
I mean, like I say, I'm an old school coach, so I like uniforms and stuff, but that don't get me going. I just wanna make sure that we're on the right path with everything. I know a lot of my boys be like, Coach, hey man, I want to be 1-0. I ain't looking in front of me, and I'm dang sure ain't looking behind me. I'm just right here in the moment. And but that would be good. Like I say, it will set a standard, and then you'll see everybody go to copying it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that seems like something that Coach Prime would do. I know people are wanting to see the new uniforms. Now that I do want to see, because like I say, I've been following Coach and been with him for a while. And even at Jackson, that second year at Jackson, those guys' uniforms were on point. I think they never wore the same color combination. They had something different every week, and that was with Under Armour. So now when you got the swoosh, you know what the swoosh come with, and they already putting out the Oregon stuff. So CU stuff should be that. We know how Phil Knight feel about Oregon, but right behind it, he know where the money, he know where his butter bread at right now. He know Colorado merch is what's selling. So you got to make sure you get them their just due.
All right, who's your starters on defense? So we're gonna do a whole entire show for defense and offensive starters in about a couple weeks. We're about a couple weeks away from that show. If Coach Dre want to drop his defensive starters, he can. But we're about a couple weeks away where we gonna go through.
I think a lot of them. I think you're gonna hear a lot of people ask them questions, because Jake and RK, big shout out to them boys. They had the starters before the spring, and so yesterday on their show they did.
Yeah, I seen it. They did the offense and defense. Yeah,
they did the offense and defensive starters. You can't, like I say, we got a show coming up, and we'll kind of try to leave it for that. But I'll say this: my starters ain't gonna differ too much from what they showed. My starters will not differ too much. It's one or two players that I have a question about. And to be honest with you, I don't even think I can really answer that question until we got on pass, because one of them is in the trenches, and then the other one is in the defensive back room, I think. And then and then the receivers, like I said, I don't really get the defensive line and the wide receivers. I don't get really caught up in who's starting, because to me, a lot of guys are gonna play, and it's about who finishing or who having a good game right then to tell you who gonna be in the game at the end. So I don't like the defensive line starters and the wide receiver starters. Yeah, we're gonna put starters out there, but it don't really to me that those two positions, it's not really it don't really matter who your starters is. But like I say, we'll get into it. But I like their starting list. I would only right now is something going on in the trenches that I would need to see, and it's something in the secondary I need to see, and that let me know what I'll change.
Just saying, have we seen Juju post anything on his arrival other than his OV? I can't recall. The only thing Juju put out there is that he's in Boulder, Colorado. But he's gonna post more. He was at the Elite 11, yesterday, and then had to fly.
Guys, he just finished the Elite 11, and like I was telling Dino them, you talking to a guy who was privileged enough to have a guy that went to the Elite 11. And that's a 3-month process, guys. It's not just a weekend or week process. That's a 3-month process. Those guys get a playbook like 3 months out from going to Elite 11, and they want you to know that playbook when you get there. They want you to, because they're trying to get you prepped for college. He is in Boulder. He's in Boulder. He let you know that after he got through with the Elite 11 yesterday evening, I think he hopped on the plane and got to Boulder. He let you know he was in Boulder when he got there. And with those official visits, man, y'all let them kids enjoy that. We don't got to see everything. I think we get ourselves wrapped up in wanting to see everything. This is for those kids and those kids' families. It's already enough pressure, especially when you're a top recruit. Now, when you're a top recruit, but it's a little different than regular recruits. But when you're a top recruit like a Juju, you know, all eyeballs on you. Everybody want to see what you thinking, want to see your facial expression, your body language, and trying to get a read on you and stuff. So let's let the kid enjoy his official visit and his time with the Colorado Buffaloes. And when he gets ready to put out pictures and stuff and let y'all know what's going on, he will. But let's let him dictate that.
Yes, sir. Who is the defense vocal leaders? Anybody stand out?
Right now you'd have to say Bentley, and Shane Coates. The guys that were there, like I say, I'm not gonna never disrespect Shane Coates. I think he's a hell of a young man. He's a decent and he's a good football player, but he gives you all of it. He typifies what Coach Prime is looking for. All those 5 characteristics, Shane Coates. So when you talk about vocal leaders, I would have to go with Coates and Bentley. A guy who I think is going to be a guy with an L on his shirt as well is Hill Green. Just the few times the interaction that I've seen with him on his interviews and the way he talks, and if you go look at his IG and stuff like that, you just know he's just a great human being and look like you can get young men to follow him. And those are the kind of kids you got to push. Like, I think, and I don't see any other school doing this, and I say this all the time. What school is pushing the kid like the governor? Like, who putting the kid out there who we don't know how many snaps the governor gonna play, but he's gonna be able to show his kids once, later on in life. Look, man, your daddy wasn't, might not have been the greatest player on the team or the best player on the team, but look what Coach Prime did for me. Like, what other school is doing that? I hear a lot of people tell me and Rob that all the time. Oh, man, all schools doing that. We'll put it out there so people can see. And then I'll stop saying it. But until I see it, but on defense, I will go with Shane Coates, Bentley. Like I said, I think Hill Green and Shiloh going to be that leader in the secondary. No ifs, ands, and buts about that. When Shiloh out there, he talking, and he gonna talk that trash to Shador. So, but yeah, those guys will be my vocal leaders on defense right now.
Perfect. For me, when I look at the secondary, and the only reason I'm saying this right now is because Shiloh's out there. The vocal leader right now in the secondary is Cam. At the linebacker position, I'm going Hill Green, and on the defensive line, Shane Coates until somebody takes it from him, but I just look at him as a leader. Not saying he's starting, but he's the leader right now, the vocal leader on that defensive line. So there you have it. Who would you start, Tyler Johnson or Mayers?
Again, that's I hate that you Zulu. I hate that you hit this thing on the head. Like I say, Tyler Johnson and Flapjack are in the realm for me to see something. Like I told you, I need to see it in shoulder pads and helmet, and then I can make an assessment on what I'm trying to see. So that's the biggest thing. But right now, I will go with Mayers. You know what I'm saying? I would go with Mayers right now. If we had to press, I have to go with Mayers.
Like you said, man, it's about what we see in fall camp. Right now, I do got Mayers penciled in, but also the offensive line could be tweaked where both of them could be potentially starting. It's too early right now, but once they get into fall camp, it's definitely gonna be easier to see, all right, what their true plans in or how they're thinking. I know a lot of them, you see them in these well-out clips, and you see them changing different positions and versatility-wise and things like that. Once you get to fall camp and they really put them pads on and them helmets on, you're going to start to get to see the difference of how this thing can shape out. All right, if you don't know, this is Hot Topic Friday, so drop anything that you want to talk about in the chat. We're answering our questions right now. I know I got this question, but we have already addressed this, but I'm going to go ahead and put this one up on the screen because I know you didn't you probably wasn't in here, and I think you was the person that asked this to a different content creator who came with the narrative that Coach Riz was off the squad. Here's what I'm gonna say to you: CU website is not fully updated with every player, every coach on the website. So to go to take the notion of somebody got fired, things like that in employment, man, please just do your homework, do your research, instead of just putting a narrative out there to create something, in a sense, because there's a lot of things that's not updated on CU website of players and coaches at CU right now, and to go out and just go out on a limb on that one was crazy. But I'm gonna leave it at that unless you got something to talk about on that, Coach Ray.
Oh, I don't. I mean, again, we got confirmation. So that's it. I mean, we know what it is. If y'all want to keep running with it, because we know the truth. I told you, when you know the truth and you argue with somebody who just going off of their opinion, there's nothing, you wasting your L. So we're not gonna do that.
All right, where's Tyler Johnson? Why is no one predicting him as a starter? Tyler Johnson is actually working his way back up from off an injury. So you're not gonna see him in reps and stuff right now. Right now it's about people, getting their bodies right, getting healthy, um, and getting it tuned for fall camp. You don't want kids to go risk injury right now when we need them, in August, September, October, November. So right now it's about, if somebody does have a minor injury or tweak something or things like that, they are being precautious on, putting those kids in reps and doing things. Now they are working out about it. So I just want people to understand, like, there are a lot of, players that not doing full activities with the team, but they are working out and getting healthy, getting stronger.
I mean, he hit it on the head. Chris, I think the thing is, because Tyler was there in the spring and he had a chance to solidify himself with the shoulder pads and helmets on, and he didn't. He wasn't in that starting five group, and that's no knock on him. I think he was hurt, and I think he was playing through, trying to muscle his way through being hurt and just showing that he could go. I don't think he was healthy. But right now, the starting five that you saw go out there in the spring, they're going. That's what they're gonna put out there when you first go out there. And when we put on these pads, the other person gonna have to take the job. Like I said, I have Tyler Johnson in the mix with Flapjack to where we could do some shifting around. Like I said, that is part of my offensive. Why I said it would be some tweaking from what RK and Jake put out for me on my offensive line, but also I would need to see it. I would need to see it a little more. So you want to right now in the off season, any guys that's nicked and injured, that got stuff that where only way they can heal it is by recovering and laying off of. That's what you're gonna see them do right now. That's part of the strength and conditioning program, is to make sure. So if my legs hurt, my arms ain't hurt, so I can still work on my arms. Well, my arm, something wrong with my arms. Like when Carter started, I was hurt. He was still that's the stuff that I think people don't get to see sometimes. Um, so that's part of the strength and conditioning. So you want them to be in their best peak shape going into fall camp, because this is where jobs are earned or lost. You get what I'm saying? You definitely need to be in that 2 deep to be on that 65-man roster when you're getting ready to get on the airplane and going to especially when them Florida boys gonna be chomping at the bit when it's time to come down here to play in UCF. Everybody want to be on that 65-man roster when you come down to the city, and so
Yes, sir.
you want to give
That's gonna be the game where, hey, who going, who not?
right. So you got, and then you doing a kid a disservice if you're not letting them get healthy right now. I heard one of the strength and conditioning coach say, "Hey, we doing something. Hey guys, if you got a hammy or something, let us know now. Don't try to be tough, and then you go out here and pull your hammy. And I told you before this, we're not gonna hold that against you. We're not gonna call you soft. I need to know what's going on with your body, because I don't want I don't want you to get injured. So that's the thin line that you have to play as a strength and conditioning coach, especially as with me as a high school coach. You definitely have to see that with your players. We try to right now. We try to make sure our kids get ice tubs and all this other stuff, and you gotta look at them. You gotta be able to look at these kids, and that's a part of coaching. Oh, he don't look like he 100%. Hey, he need to sit out. All he need to do is work on his upper body. He got a growing pull or this, that, and the other. So you have to know that kind of stuff and be able to notice that stuff as a football coach, because you want these young men to be in their best peak shape when the 29th of July come around, because I think that's when they'll be able to start practice on July the 29th.
That was a question too that I was just about to answer. How long till we see them in pass? July 29th. So it'll probably be the you gotta probably go at least 3 to 4 days before they can actually get in pass.
So here it is. So on the 29th, this is any football except for maybe NFL. NFL probably got different rules.
Yeah.
But the first 2 days, you'll just see them come out and just helmet in their jersey and their shorts and their cleats when they're out there on the field. That's all they'll have on. So Monday and Tuesday, or whenever the first 2 practices, they'll just be in helmets. The third practice, and now they can have on the little shoulder shockers. They can have on the little shoulder shockers. You'll see them with the little shoulder things. They're not shoulder pads, but they're the things that they put on before they put on their shoulder pads. They call shoulder shockers. That helps help them when they're hitting, not to mess up their shoulders and stuff. So they'll go out there in that the first 2 days. The third practice, they'll go out in helmet or what they call shell. What we call shell in the football world. And what shell is just helmet and shoulder pads, no bottom pads, no pad, no football pants on. You'll still have on your shirt. You'll just have on it. So that's why they call it a shell. It's the shell of the uniform. You just have on your helmet and your shoulder pads. Guys, in football terms, that's when football practice really starts. When you go shell, you can see the click clack, especially with the linemen. That's when things get intense for the offense and defensive linemen when they put on them helmets and them shoulder pads. Because you know what I'm saying? You don't want because offensive linemen are not cutting their own teammates. They're not trying to hit block nobody low or nothing like that right there. So when they get them a helmet and shoulder pads on, that's when you really go. So they'll go 2 practices like that, just helmet and shoulder pads, and then on that 5th practice, you'll see them come out in everything, helmet, shoulder pads, and then the bottom pants pads, thigh pads, hip pads, knee pads, and all that stuff. So
keep in mind they only get 25 practices once official practice start on the 29th. So you're gonna see them have off days. And their schedule is going to change depending on week by week. But because they start a game on Thursday, Prime is going to try to set up each week like it's a game week. So he's going to try to regulate their off days as if it was game week. So just be prepared, as they get closer to July 29th. Once they get to July the 29th, their schedule is going to change on practices just due to the fact that they're going to try to set everything up like it's game week, game preparation. Shout out to the Life and Football family in the building, man. Y'all know where we started at. Y'all know what it is, man. But shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up to us and coming holler at me, Coach Dre. For the D-line, not really, but don't actually need a vocal lead on defense. I mean, D-line, since it's all about individuals doing well. You still need a vocal leader. I'm just gonna say this, right? You still need a vocal leader in a sense on that D line, because you still need somebody to hold somebody accountable, right? Missed assignments, jumping off the ball, knowing your assignment, those type of things still needed, right? You still got to have somebody in that room that can hold somebody to something, right? You don't want everything to be coach accountability, because when you go to coach accountability, that more than likely turns into a lot of losses. When you got it player-led, you more than likely get a lot more wins, because the coaches you don't have to hear the coach's voice. You shouldn't have to hear the coach's voice for every single thing that you do, right? The coach should better present a drill, and you should better do it, but also the player should be able to hold accountable to understand that there ain't no buddy passes. What I mean by buddy passes is your boy or your roommate get in there and y'all just taking it light. Y'all just going through the motions. Y'all not taking it serious. So you need somebody in that room that's gonna be like, hey man, that ain't good enough. Get back up there. Let's do it again. And outside of the coach, right? When you seen a lot of, like last year, it was a lot of teaching and a lot of coach led when it comes to practices. This year is you can start to see the players really getting involved and really turning this team around to make it player led.
I mean, every group gonna have a leader. Like in football, every group has a leader. Like I say, all I can go by experience. Every group on my football team, we have a leader. If it's not a senior, like because our linebackers are all my linebackers are juniors. They loudmouth selves back here now. They all juniors. So we got one junior, and then the seniors pick another junior to be. So it's we got what we call the council, or uh
Jay, you going in and out right now.
uh uh.
You going
I
in and out,
know
Dre.
if you follow me on Twitter, you hear me say with the mob, and the mob, Rob.
Hey, Dre, if you heard me, you going in and out. Yeah, all right, he coming back. All right, I'll let Dre come back. Where would Travis Hunter be more effective, in the slot or on the outside? Honestly, what I think they're gonna do with Travis Hunter is they're gonna move Travis Hunter around this year on the defense. You're gonna see Travis Hunter playing in multiple positions to show versatility, but also match up with the number one wide receiver across the board. So when you look at Travis Hunter, he's gonna play the little bit of the outside, he's gonna play a little bit of the inside, in a sense. But for me personally, I will want Travis in the slot right now because majority of the teams that you're gonna play are putting their number one receiver in the slot. They're not putting them on the outside no more. They're putting them closer to the ball to get them the ball as many times in their hand as possible. So Travis Hunter playing the slot will be a great addition because now you get Travis Hunter closer to the ball. That can cause, a lot of deflections, balls in the air, or a lot of interceptions. So putting them closer to the ball is going to make a quarterback have to throw to the outside, which is going to give our corners opportunities to go get past deflections or interceptions. So I actually like the idea of Travis Hunter playing in the slot more, taking on that responsibility, matching up against that number one wide receiver.
I think he's gonna do both. I just think he's gonna play whoever the best receiver is, whoever that is on your team. If the best receiver in the slot, that's why he's getting work in the slot. If your best receiver in the slot, we can put Travis in the slot. If your best receiver outside, we can put Travis outside. So I think he's gonna get work at both. Um, but what I was saying before, the thing with the messing up was you got to have a leader in each room. And like I say, we got something called a council, or we call ourselves the mob. And like I say, you hear a lot of people say, "Well, Coach Dre, you kind of pushing that narrative." You know what? I push that narrative because the mob stand for my older brother. I don't know what y'all was thinking it stand for, but that's what the mob stand for, my older brother. And our head coach is the Don, and I'm the consigliere, and we got underbosses, and those the council is our underbosses of each position. We got one kid who normally is a senior, and then another kid that the seniors pick to be behind him. And we meet with those guys on a regular basis just to talk about our team, to talk about, you might have a brother that comes to you that don't come to the coaches, and they got a problem going on at home. They got a situation going on at home, and they afraid to let coach them know they struggling, and they can talk to the council, and we try to figure it out. So every group needs a leader, and for the defensive line, it'll be coached until like Rob say somebody shows something else. But every dog ain't like Coach Pryor say, every dog ain't a leader, and every leader ain't a dog. So just because you ain't a dog don't mean you can't be a leader. Because I won't be surprised if the governor has either a G or an L on his jersey this year. It's gonna be one or the other, a G or an L. So that's just how football goes. You gotta do right by kids. If kids doing all they can, and that's the best. Like Coach Prime said, if you giving me the best you can, and it's just not the best, that's not better than the other guys on that team. That don't mean you're not a good person or you're not going to be an asset to this football team. And that's the one thing I love about Prime is he makes everybody feel important. You saw what he did for the kicker yesterday in the well-off video. Hey, you had on some different type of shades. You know what I'm saying, man? Let me make sure my boy got some Prime shades. Now, you don't got to wear the Prime shades if you don't want to, but at least Coach going to give you the Prime shades so you can have them.
Man, when you look at Coach Prime, they're going to get a lot of things this year, more than what they did last year, right? All the players are going to be wearing Coach Prime cleats this year. They're going to be designed for each skill position, trenches, all that. They're going to get the Coach Prime phone. They're going to get the shades. They're going to get everything that you need, right? So there ain't going to be no mistake of, how things coming. But, hey, as we keep this show rolling, if you got any questions, this is Hot Topic Friday, where we're answering questions. All you got to do is just send them in the chat, and we're going to answer them to the best of our abilities on things that we can answer to. Some things that we can't, we'll try to make it the best. We'll try to make the best answer out of what we can answer for you guys. We won't be on too much longer, but we want to make sure that, we give back to you guys. And this every Friday, we're going to start doing a show just dedicated to you guys of Hot Topic Friday. And not just us talking, with us. But, hey, y'all let us know. Rob, we doing rapid fire. Y'all just let us know what rapid fire questions y'all want us to answer. We gonna answer them for y'all. It's Hot Topic Friday, so we just here to answer questions that you guys put in here because this is about you guys, not about us. We just here, man, to give y'all great content. That's what we here for. So can you confirm all players will be wearing the Prime cleats? So as I just stated, all the players are supposed to get the Prime cleats. Linemen's gonna have a different design from the skill positions and combos, but as we get close to the season, you're gonna see all the cleats they're gonna wear, the color patterns, to go with the jerseys. So I'm ready to see the jerseys. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to see these new jerseys. What they really talking about. And the combinations that we can see from them. So hopefully we get to see a sneak peek of it this weekend. Who knows? With all the recruits in town. But we might just get that. Do you think Hill Green and Bentley should be day one starters at middle linebacker? Coach Dre.
Again, I think that when you first see the first group go out there, the first team group go out there, I do not think you will see Hill Green. I think you will see Bentley and Trevor Woods. Now, going throughout the spring, I think you will see the change, and I think it'll end up being Hill Green. But I think when you first run them guys out there, I think it'll be Trevor Woods and Bentley in practice. I think by the time we get to the game, by the time we get to North Dakota State, I do believe that it'll be Hill Green and Bentley with Webster pushing, with Webster and Jeremiah Brown pushing to see a lot of playing time along with Trevor Woods. But when they first rolled them guys out there in the spring, I know Coach Prime is big on you have to beat a kid out. Them guys that left there in the spring, if you lose your job in the summer, that means you ain't been working. That's the only way you lose your job in the summer. If you lose your job in the summer, it's because you ain't been working. And I know Bentley and Trevor both been working. So they were the guys that were out there when we left the spring. So I think they'll go back and they'll be the guys that run out there with the first team when we go first team, when they call first team defense in the fall for practice. But I think by the time we get to North Dakota State that Thursday night, I think it'll be Bentley and Hill Green for me. Oh, and don't forget about Chase.
Yeah, the most interesting thing, right, when we left spring ball, right, you see Jeremiah pop off the screen with Bentley, right? So there's a combination of people that can run out and start. The interesting thing for me for game one, right? Not fall practice, but for game one is what defense do we run against North Dakota State? Being that they like to use a lot of different formations. They love to run the ball. They love to spread you out. They like to run a lot of tight formations. So do we go with 3 linebackers or do we go with 2? That's the real question, right? Because everybody's presenting this as a 4-2-5, but we truly don't know. We truly don't know what defense they're going to run just yet. So that's going to be the interesting thing is each week we're playing something different, right? We're going to play a lot of the first game is going to be a lot of motion, different sub packages, tight formations. And what I mean by tight formations, you're going to see like a double, like 2 tight ends or 1 tight end. A lot of different, personnel out there, grouping. So it's a lot to see what we're gonna do first week, but then you got to turn around and change for Nebraska of how they want to run the ball. And so each week is definitely gonna be designed differently. What defense that we run. Going into last year, we knew what Charles Kelly was gonna do because we seen the book on Charles Kelly. We understood every stop what he's gonna run. We don't truly know what Robert Lipston is going to run just due to the fact of this is his first year in college coaching as a defensive coordinator. He wasn't a defensive coordinator in the NFL. So it's going to be a sight to see what defense they come out in because I do think we can go with 3 linebackers this first game against North Dakota and not have problems because we have linebackers that can go run sideline to sideline. So it's definitely going to be a sight to see what we come out that first weekend, what formation on defense.
I also think that's a positive because right now offense can plan for our defense because you don't know what it's going to look like. Now, later on in the season, that's when it's going to get tricky when people kind of think they can figure out Livingston. But these first few weeks, it's going to be in our advantage because they don't have film. They ain't nothing they can. They're going to go try to watch the Bengals film, and try to get some hints off of that. But that's not. He wasn't like Rob said. He wasn't the defensive coordinator. He had a lot to do with it, though. I will say that he did have a lot to do with it, but he wasn't the defensive coordinator. But that's a big plus for me that people don't have film on us right now and can't really you can't really coach your kids up on offense because you don't know what these guys are going to do. So that's
see,
a big plus.
here's the good thing, right? On well off, you're seeing a 4-2-5, but you don't know once pass come on what they really gonna run. So don't get caught up in the well off this, the well off that when it comes to the defense because we truly don't know until them pass come on. Next question: Louis Vuitton print uniforms. Love to see it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think you might see a low because they can put
Sponsors. That's what I was gonna go with it.
Sponsorship. Yeah, now that they can put sponsorships on there, I think that'll be something that's on there. I think it'll be a conflict or contract to get a Louis Vuitton uniform when they contract it out with Nike. But I think they can get a sponsorship and get Louis Vuitton on the sleeve or maybe get some Louis Vuitton type socks or some stuff like that. But I don't think they can just get a straight Louis Vuitton uniform. But I could be wrong. I'm just telling you what I think. But,
Nike times Louis V
means money, lots of it.
Woo.
But like you say, you never know with these sandals, man. And they showing you how to be marketable. Again, that's why I tell people I like Coach Prime because he tries to share the wealth. He tries to make sure that the person that the least person is getting everything that the person at the top is getting. And again, it's about bringing somebody along with you. I understand that everybody can't go to the top with you, but them people that's doing everything they can and doing the right thing, I'm trying to take them with me as long as they willing to work and do what they do the right thing. most times when you hear that slogan, you can't take everybody with you. That's because you trying to pull people along that ain't trying. They just want to be along for the ride. It ain't putting nothing in on it. But if somebody putting something in on it, and that's what you see from Coach Prime, them guys that's putting in that work that deserve it, he making sure that they get the praise and the respect that they get. But yeah, I mean that would be good. But like I said, I think it would be a breach of contract with uniforms. But I do think I do think we will see a Louis Vuitton logo on a uniform or so. I do think that might happen.
I think they're gonna do something creative that doesn't, mess up the contract. I think something like that's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna be a white uniform that it happens on. If they choose any uniform, it's gonna be, it's gonna be one of the white uniforms they tried out on. So we'll see. Coach Ray, I forgot to when your phone was going out, or I forgot to ask you this because they had a question for you, Coach Dre. Try to see what Owens is about to do in those pads.
Like I say, he one of the kids that's he on my radar right now. Like I said, I just want to see him with the shoulder pads on. When you get a name like Flapjack, that means you're getting a lot of pancakes. For those who don't know what a pancake is, because I know we got a lot of people that maybe just casual fans and don't know football terms, and I don't want this to go over your head. What a pancake is when an offensive lineman he drives the man off the ball, that guy falls, and he falls on top of him. So now they stacked up like pancakes. So that's why they call it a pancake, because you stacked on top of them like a pancake. When we catch one of those in one of the videos, we'll show you what it is so you guys will know what it looks like. But yeah, he's a kid that I want to see in the shoulder pads because he's been very impressive. Great hand placement. Great hand placement when I've been seeing him in one-on-ones. When you see that what Coach means when you see great hand placement, when you go look at these well-off videos, so sometimes I like to give you these little pointers so you can go back. You have a reason to go back and watch the well-off video. So when you see them guys with their hands inside, that's great hand placement. You're going to always hear a coach say that's great hand placement. Because when you got your hands inside, you can hold a little bit. The referee really can't see it when you get your grips on them inside. But if you got your hands outside, that's bad hand placement because 9 times out of 10, if the guy pulls away from you, you're going to be more susceptible to hold because you're going to try to pull back. When you got your hands outside, the referee going to see that, and if he's pulling away from you, the ref going to call that's holding. So in these one-on-ones, I've been seeing great hand placement by Owens, getting his hands inside, great feet, moving his feet for a big man. Also with Tyler Brown is a technician with his hand placement. It's always inside. He always got great fan movement. But Owens is a guy that I'm watching that when we get in those pads, he could make me change my starting lineup to a degree. And again, it's just going to be a flip, guys. It's just going to be a flip. And it's going to shock y'all what I'm thinking. It's not what y'all think I'm thinking, that he going to take out mirrors of Tyler Brown. It's not going to be that. But
I think we kind of agree on the same thing. Yeah, I think we kind of agree on the same thing. But when we get to that show, y'all gonna know. All right. Rob, do you think Benson only got his spot because the other dude jumped in the portal? I do not. I do not think that's why Benson got hit. I do not think that's why Benson.
What other dude?
What other dude
are you talking
about? Mac, just make it clear on who you're talking about. Because if I think I know you're talking about, I think you're talking about Savion. If I think that's who he's talking about. But I don't think that Benson only got his spot because dude jumped in. I think Benson came here truly on. He wants to be here. He wants to lead this line. He wants to be the vocal leader, one of the vocal leaders of this line. And he's out to prove a point. He has experience of playing against, big time competition in the Big Ten. The Ohio States, the Michigans, the Penn States, playing against premier defensive linemen that's been in the NFL draft. So when you look at Benson and what he's bringing to the table, it's not like he's coming from, a group of 5 to the Power 5. He was from the Power 5, transferring to another Power 5, team, well, P4 team now. So, yes, he's talking about Savion.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. No doubt. I think the kid. It was just gonna be competition, and it was gonna be a great competition. I didn't have Benson. I didn't have either one of them penciled in to be the starter. They were gonna have to battle, and I wasn't gonna go off a spring if Savion was staying. But I did kind of see the somebody said something that probably shouldn't have been said, and we won't get into that. But no, I don't think because again, like Rob said, he's come from big time football. I think a lot of people don't see the difference in the guys that we had to bring in last year. Those were guys that didn't play a lot. The guys that we bring in this year, they have game film. They played in big time Power 5 games. Hill Green, Benson, Mayers. You can say what you want about HBCU, but Cheney is a real dog. RJ, I know what people say about Cotton Hood, but Auburn said, and this is the Auburn insider and us talking to a few other people, that he was their best DB. If he was on the Auburn football team right now, that he would be the number one cornerback on the Auburn football team. We talking about SEC football. We talking about big boy football. You understand what I'm saying? So you got a kid coming in like Will Shepard, who was the number one guy for Vanderbilt in the SEC. LaJohntay Western, number one guy. You get what I'm saying? You're not bringing guys in that haven't had significant playing time. We're just going off of what their practice film was or the projection. That's not what we got. We got guys that have actually played at the high level and know what it is to play in big time football. Guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up in a little bit because Coach got to get ready to go. Got to get ready to go.
Yeah. We only got a couple more questions and we out. Yep, you already on it. Already on it. Did anybody see how restaurants in Boulder has come out with a Juju burger? You can buy this weekend. So, for those who don't know, all the restaurants, for the most part, are participating. With Juju being this weekend. In Boulder, Boulder's gonna be a different atmosphere this weekend with the official visit. Not just Juju. There's more than just Juju there. But it's going to be a different atmosphere in Boulder. So if you're in a different area, Broomfield, up in that area, go up there, man. Pop out. If you see Juju, welcome him in. It's just a different sight when you talk about Colorado and being in that type of area. I'm a little bit farther south in Colorado Springs area. But if you up in the Boulder area, Broomfield, Golden areas up there by Boulder, stop in. You're gonna see a lot of different things. You're gonna see a lot of businesses doing special things for the players. You got to know the places that they normally go to bring recruits there. You got to know those businesses are gonna have something creative for the recruits. They know who's gonna be there and have something special designed. The question I gotta ask is, Corey Phillips, what's in the box? So I want y'all to start hashtagging that. I want y'all to put that out there. Corey Phillips, what's in the box? Because Corey Phillips got a special box. So I want y'all to go on Twitter. I want y'all to put it out there. Coach Phillips, what's in the box? Because there's something in the box for them. I just want y'all to know. So, hey, if y'all see Corey Phillips, tweet at him, get at him, ask him what's in the box. And also, happy birthday to Jordan Seaton. Yes, he got his new chains, whatever. But yes, Jordan Seaton's birthday was this week. Uncle Nilly's birthday was this week. So shout out to them guys celebrating.
I think Jeremiah Brown. Brown's birthday was the same day as Uncle Neely. So yeah, big shout out to them boys on their birthday and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a great push, and we want to thank all you fans for pushing this. We want Juju showing the support. But I also want y'all to also be the same respectful if he decides not to do what we want him to do. You get what I'm saying? Because, like I say, it's a lot for a young man. But I think we're in the driver's seat. I think we got a good chance to land him. And I like all this push we got. And like Rob said, it's a few more guys there this weekend. And I think it's a couple of them that's there that's already committed to CU. So they just back up there to be with Juju and the rest of the gang. And that's just trying to show that family atmosphere. So I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be a good big productive
majority.
weekend for them.
Yeah, majority of all the people that are committed to Colorado should be up there this weekend. There's a couple few that solidly committed that's not publicly out there yet. That's up in Boulder. So hey, as you know, man, it's gonna be a fun time for them to enjoy. Yes, they also do have a recruit up there whose birthday is today. If you didn't know, that we are in play with. So there's a lot to be celebrated in Boulder. If you up there in the surrounding areas, man, go up there. You might run into them because they will be outside. I can promise you that. But Coach Dre, man, go ahead and close us out, man. Go ahead and get those last remarks, man, and let's get up out of this thing, man. As always, man, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate the love, the support. Hit that like button. We are back on at our regular scheduled times, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we also got a show on Sunday for those who tune in on Sunday shows. But we are back on the regular day. Tune in, man. We thank y'all, man. We can't be more thankful for you guys to be able to allow us to bring y'all this show. Every time we get up here and do this. So, hey, remember, ask Corey Phillips what's in the box.
I'll piggyback off of what Coach Rob said. What Rob said is we just some guys that's trying to give you great content, be positive black young men, and show other black young men and young men out here that we can come together, talk sports, have barbershop talk, and not be negative uh and not bring somebody down to push ourselves up. That we can be together. Again, shout out to all the content creators, to my brothers, Scobuff, J Dot, Mad Titan, Juju, John the Liquidator, Colin, and to my guy up there in Colorado who lost his brother, man. That's my dog. He been going through it, but he been staying positive. Big shout outs to you, bro. You know who you is. I love you. As I always say, if you send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my brother Rob the Man. This is Rob the Man Media. We'll see y'all Sunday. God bless.